Okay, this chapter is on time value of money. Why does money have a time value? Money has a time value because funds received today can be invested to reach a greater value in the future. A person would rather receive $1 today than $1 in 10 years. Why? Because a dollar received today invested at 6%, which is a certain interest rate, would be worth $1.79 after 10 years, which is greater than receiving $1 in 10 years. So a person would rather receive $1 today and then invest it to receive 6% on it, which would grow up to $1.79 after 10 years. How is the future value related to the present value of a single sum? To understand this, the future value represents the expected worth of a single amount, whereas the present value represents the current worth or the current value. The formula that we would be using to arrive at the future value of money is future value equals to present value multiplied by 1 plus the interest rate raised to the power n. N is the number of years for which the money is invested. While the present value of money equals the future value over 1 plus I, the interest rate, to the power n. Look at a question, an exercise to understand the future value of money. If you invest $2,500 a year for 3 years at 8%, the question is, what is the value of your investment after 1 year? What is the value of your investment after 2 years? What is the value of your investment after 3 years? So the present value is $2,500. This is your single amount. N is 3 years and I is 8%. Applying the formula for future value of money, future value equals the present value. The present value according to the question is $2,500. You multiply this with 1 plus I is 8%. Now 8% is written as 0.08 to the power n. N is the number of years, which is 1 year. The answer is $2,500 into 1.08, which is $2,700. So an amount of $2,500 invested at 8% for 1 year will give you $2,700 after 1 year. If you look at the second question, what is the future value of $2,500 invested at 8% for 2 years? You will multiply your answer to part A by 1.08. Instead of multiplying 1.08 twice and then multiplying that by 2,500, you can directly multiply this answer that you got in part A with 1.08. 2,700, which is from part A, multiplied by 1.08 will give you $2,916, which is the future value of $2,500 invested at 8% for 2 years. To get the future value of 2,500 invested at 8% for 3 years, you can multiply your answer to part B by 1.08. Now the answer to part B is $2,916 into 1.08 will give you $3,149.28. That's the future value of 2,500 if invested for 3 years. At the end of 3 years, the future value of 2,500 will be 3,149.28. Now, alternatively, this can also be done by using Appendix A. Appendix A are the tabular values of $1 at various rates of interest at various number of years. So what you can do is go to Appendix A, which gives the future value of $1, and you will look up the future value for n is equal to 3 years, because the total number of years for which the amount of 2,500 is invested is for 3 years. So you will look for 3 years and you will look for I is equal to 8%. The tabular value that you get, you will multiply this by $2,500, which is the present value, and then you can compare your answer to the answer in part C to see whether it equals this amount. So now you got to use this formula if you're using the Appendix A. Future value is equal to present value into the future value interest factor, which you get from the table, which is the Appendix A. Therefore, it's $2,500 multiplied by the tabular value, which is 1.260, and that equals $3,150, which is the same as your answer in part C. Whatever difference, there is some point difference that you will notice is due to the rounding off. Thank you.